What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another CSGO edition of our esports breakdown here at Fantasy Sports Insight. I am going to first put a plug in. If you have not subscribed to our channel, hit that button down below. Give this video a like. It helps out a ton. So I greatly appreciate that. Just a little preview of some other content we're going to have, and me especially. I'm going to be getting back into the Monkey Knife Fight ring. We will have content posted on here. As well as in our free Monkey Knife Fight Discord channel. So be on the lookout for that. You can join our Discord channel and hop into that free room, but look for content on here as well. Secondly, look for some MLB content. Most likely, I like to focus on the showdown. So I'll probably preview the first two games on Thursday, and then we will do more of those small videos for that type. Let's get into this two-game slate. I'm going to be focusing on the 9 a.m. Central lock slate, the Fast Cup, I believe is what it's called. And I know it's a little bit brutal to be dealing with some of these teams, but I do think that some CSGO is better than none. So let's hop in. We'll start with the odds first, and I'll be at gg.bet today. There's two really clear favorites on this slate, and I think – obviously, with the level of competition we're talking about here, there always is some volatility. I mean, I do think Budapest 5 is going to be a team that you for sure want 3 of, and Singularity probably 3 of, but you're going to look at their players and not really see a big reason to like them. But Singularity coming in at minus 323 against SJ, plus 232. Budapest 5 minus 769 against Touch the Crown, plus 455. So we will focus on the Singularity game and SJ first. And on the Singularity side, we are going to see, and sorry, I was just looking into a player. Jemmy, you'll notice where most people start looking in the matchup. Sorry, I was just looking at some of his data here. You'll notice that you're going to see like a 0.8, I think 0.83 kills per round in the last 3 months, something crazy like that, 0.89 and a 0.73 deaths per round. That's not really matched up. That doesn't really match up with his long-term statistics. So, people might play him as a one-off, and maybe he's viable as a one-off from not stacking Singularity, whose players look equally terrible. Nico Daz is coming in with a 0.71 kills per round, 0.6 deaths per round. For Singularity, I think this is going to be his first match with the team, if I'm right, or he just has never played with this group. But this is the team stats of these other four guys that have played together, and nobody's even in the positive kill to death ratio. Now, if you do look at some of the matches that these guys have played, you're talking about Gambit, Fours, Fate. I mean, they're Nordovan. I mean, they're playing some of the better teams that would be not the elite. So, but we have them as a minus 300, so we can't ignore this data here. So Jabby and Celerate have performed the best in the short term. But if you look here, you got Remoy, 0.6 kills per round, 0.69 deaths per round. Tobiz, 0.55. That's kind of scary. Celerate, I like a little bit better, 0.65 kills per round, 0.66 deaths per round. And Nodan with a 0.59. So, I mean, it's tough. There's not really a clear distinction. I think people will start with Nico Daz, or however you say his name. In the last 3 months, he does have a 1.19 kill to death ratio. In the last 12 months, he has a similar kill to death ratio. So that definitely sticks out as probably he would be one of the best plays. It doesn't look like maybe he hasn't played that much recently either. Let's kind of look. So he did play with Singularity. He has been playing with them, since the 14th. I don't know why that data is not showing with their maps, but, plus 19 against Pac, that was really good. So here's the other team that he was playing with, Tikatan. regardless, he seems like he's popping at least as the best player on their team, and he is priced appropriately. So these two guys for Singularity would be my top 2 options. Now after that, I think you can kind of pick and choose, but I think the prices are lined up more with how the fantasy points per game are. That's why Nodan is over Remoy, but I think it's probably a coin flip. The game that we're going to feel a little bit more confident in. Oh, sorry. So if you do want to use Jemmy here, you can at 7.8K as a one-off with that high kills per round in the last 3 months. But just know that his long-term his kill to death ratio is only like 1.09. So it's not like it's matching up to that 3-month data. Let's move into Budapest 5 and touch the crown. Budapest 5, Corey with the 0.73 kills per round, 0.71 deaths per round. Torzi, I think, let me double check on him. I think he played somewhere else before this. Let me see. I'm going to look at his stats. But he would be my top target. I think he's the best long-term player. Yeah, clearly the best long-term player. And I just don't remember where he played. Maybe he always played at Budapest 5. Oh, Salamander is a team that I know was on a slate before. I think maybe Salamander was it. But for Budapest 5, he's been performing the best clearly in these 14 maps that this group has played together. I don't know who the most recent player is on this. Well, that probably actually makes sense because that's about 14 maps. So he's your clear top play for them. And then, sorry, I'm kind of hopping all over the place just looking at these players. But I think that when you are back here, Corey is actually priced the most expensive. I really like Torzi even as a captain option. And Corey is second, Coolio third. Borito is clearly the third, and Fleeve looks like he is down there as well. So for their pricing here, let's see. Let's look at Coolio. Sometimes, again, 14 maps isn't a big sample size. So even when you look here in the last 3 months, 0.92, you'd prefer something in the positive. So maybe when they've played together, he's played slightly better, which is fine in a sweeping fashion, because I think then it 5,600 is going to be easy to pay off if they sweep. So I would try to jam Corey. I know, like, if you're going to go this route, you're going to run into problems. So you might have to find a spot to take a stand on, but I would for sure use Torzi. And then from Singularity, I think Nico Daz is probably still your best option. So those two you probably want to get in, and maybe jam in Corey, but then you might just have to go down from Celerate or someone else. So hopefully this short little breakdown helps you at least start your builds for a slate that is less appealing than usual, but I think it is exciting to still have Counter-Strike Go. And I think there's still an edge. People don't look at a lot of the data and the odds and stuff. They just plug and play off of fantasy points per game or whatever you think, because sometimes you see these builds and you just wonder how they came up with it. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So again, be on the lookout for other content, Monkey Knife Fight, MLB Showdown, and all the other free content we have at Fantasy Sports Insight. Greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to that channel and hit the like button. Thanks a lot.